Breaking news, Mohamed Salah may not, or in fact does not, want to leave Liverpool Football Club, and we're here to talk about it. Right, welcome back to James Redmond TV, everyone. I hope you've been well, and thank you for being easy on me with the fact that I haven't been doing the regular upload schedule. But you know that obviously, whenever I go for a rest, it's not because I'm lazy. It's literally just to, ease back into things, not overdo it, so I can keep giving you the best content possible, because that's what the Redmond's Army deserves. And if you want to join the Redmond's Army, then simply press the subscribe button and hit the like. And also, you can become a full member by clicking the link in the description. Piece of piss. Another thing as well, before we do get into the topic about Mini Mo, well, the Big Mo in this sense, I want to talk about a topic that's been going on Triple Eight recently. Obviously, if you don't know, and some of you may know me from Triple Eight Sport, we do a few debates and we talk about football, and not just Liverpool, but within the Premier League. And a debate recently that came out with Rory Chelsea, shout out to Mr. Delectable Medley of Football himself. He had this to say on Chelsea's transfer situation and who he feels they should bring in.
We need Declan Rice. We need somebody who's just going to fight. Somebody who just says, when things are going badly, as they were against Arsenal, as they were against Manchester City, somebody in the middle who just says, this does not happen, not today, and demands that everybody were to raise their game and fights. There isn't enough. Somebody like N'Golo Kante, he is a great example, but he leads by example, by his example. What he doesn't do is he doesn't drag people along. So I'm hoping that we can get Declan Rice over the line. I think he would complement our team perfectly.
Very interesting point from Rory there. And you know what? People have got to agree with him. Declan Rice just seems like what Chelsea need right now. And listen, I don't agree with the fact that Chelsea have already spent way more than enough money to, warrant at least the top 4 race, which it doesn't even look like they're in for that at the moment. However, one thing they're lacking in that midfield is someone who's going to take over and take a bit of charge. And Rory's right. You can't let this happen. You really, really can't. And I feel like Declan Rice will come into that midfield and he will solidify a hole that is clearly in that midfield. Let me know if you're a Chelsea fan, if you agree or disagree. But for me, even though Kante is still a very good footballer, he's certainly on the decline. And as for other players like Jorginho and Kovacic, I just don't think they match the intensity Chelsea are looking for. Therefore, I think Declan Rice would be a good option. That being said, if you want to go and check out that full video, it is in the link in the description. And yeah, make sure you go and check that out. That being said, we've got some news on the one, the only Mohamed Salah. And you know what? It's quite exciting. In terms of what we've been seeing recently, usually if we have an update, it's either Jag transfer news, fake transfer news, that's just the Scouts way of saying it, or it's an injury. They're the two things that have been coming in and out of my life over the past few months. However, recently came out in an interview, this is Mo Salah, and he said, well, I don't want to leave Liverpool Football Club. It's actually up to the club themselves if they would want me to go, which is basically, long story short, he is okay with staying. And all these rumours that we're having him linked with Real Madrid and a Barcelona and all these teams can now shut down, at least for the meantime, because even, a few people that I've spoke to, Reds and Neutrals, have been saying, I think it kind of looks like Mo Salah is either on the decline or he's looking like he's not quite motivated to play for Liverpool anymore, or he really wants to stay at Liverpool anymore, especially over the past few games. That's been one big factor. It hasn't seemed like that Mo's been himself recently. I've said it multiple times. Against Man United, he weren't good enough, nowhere near, and he hasn't been good enough in the past few games. And people keep talking about this defence, and we do need to get a centre-back. Listen, I'm not jumping off that bandwagon, believe me. Just because we've got another problem in scoring goals doesn't mean we forget the problem that we've got at the back, even though we're doing okay defensively. However, we haven't got goals, people, and Mo Salah gets a load of them, and even though he's not getting them right now, at least we can now say that this is a good piece of news, because I want to know your thoughts. Are you done with Mo Salah? And I don't mean right now, because right now you've got to put up with him. But if the offer was given to you, sell Mo Salah for however many million in the summer and replace him with a couple of players, kind of like what we've done with the Coutinho money, then let me know if that's what you'd want to do. If you ask me, even though that would maybe be a good idea, one thing we know, investment doesn't always go well. And in a COVID world, you're not going to get exactly the player you want to go out and get. So I think we benefit more from keeping Mo Salah right now than selling him for 100 million. Even next season, we'll still get a chunky fee for him. You know, not the season coming up, the one after the season coming up. When it's more or less COVID-free world, you know, when it's more of that, then that's when I feel Liverpool will start to look. But another thing to mention, Salah's still in his prime, man. He's still scoring goals. You can question what you think of him as a footballer, but let's not forget how much greatness he's been doing very recently. Now, this is not... The problem at Liverpool right now is not just a Salah problem, it is a team problem that involves Mo Salah. And because Mo Salah is set to the standard that he has been, in terms of the goals week in, week out, in terms of the performances, in terms of being our probably number one name on the team sheet in most people's eyes, I feel like that is why he's getting a lot of the criticism, because everyone else should be as well. End of story. Defensively, even though we're stopping goals from going in, bar Man United, we've had very shaky moments at the back, and the same goes for the attack as well. It's just expectations. But when you realise that when that man is not out of form, and Mo Salah is more in form than out of form, he's a great player. He's a great goal scorer, and that's what Liverpool need right now. They need viciousness. So I'm happy, and also aggression, but I'm happy to hear about this news. I know he's not being in good form. I know there's been rumours, but now we can shut them rumours down, and we can fully focus. And this is the one thing, whether you want Mo Salah or not, this is the one thing you've got to agree on with if you're a Liverpool fan. At least now we can move forward. Because I feel like that was, hanging over the club a little bit, especially with everything else. You know, Gini Wijnaldum's not looking like he's going to sign a new contract. There's a few other little factors, obviously the results. We've been getting the poor performances from the man himself. However, I'm going to take this as good news, and I really suggest that everyone else does as well, because Mo Salah is a top-class player, and he does a lot for this team. And he's done a lot in the past, and it'd be stupid to just write him off now. I feel like he's very much certainly in his prime. But Mo Salah said it himself. It's not even so much that he wants to leave Liverpool. It's also a massive case of, well, the club have got to feel that way as well. Because if you get an offer of 100 to 150 million from Real Madrid, with the state that we're in financially, at least from the sounds of it, sounds like Liverpool would take that. So there's a lot of weird little things that's going on here in terms of what could happen with this contract. We obviously know he's our highest paid player. Would he be paid, would that be an increase? I'm sure it would. How much of an increase would that be? That's another question you've got to ask. There's loads of things that come into it than just Salah saying, oh, I'm okay with saying. Now we've actually got to get that new contract signed with Mo. His current deal ends in 2023. We're looking like we're going to seal Fabinho and Virgil van Dijk, and absolutely rightly so, first, and then we're going to focus on getting Mo a new contract. So listen, people, this is not a video to talk about the United game, because I've made my opinion well known on that on this channel, and I have been on other channels as well. It was shit. The team's in shit form, and there's a lot that needs to be done to get out of it. And in fact, disagree with me, but I feel like it might get to a point now where us Liverpool fans might need to realise we're not going to be in for the title race this season, but possibly a top 4 race. Therefore, maybe focus on the FA Cup and the Champions League. However, regardless of our form, it is always good news to hear that one of your best players overall, maybe not right now, but overall, is happy to stay at the club. And let's hope the club feel mutual. And at least we've got a bit of time to think about this, because if Mo really is on the decline, we've got until 2023. And, what'll happen if he keeps this bad form? It's just going to be, because this is the way the media like to write it. Not the way I do, but the media like to write it as, Mo Salah, he's lazy, he's not happy at Liverpool, he'd be more than happy to play for a Real Madrid or a Barcelona, leading to the point where they'll still pay the fucking money, even if he is in bad form. So I feel like this is actually a win-win-win for Liverpool, because we could get to keep Mo Salah for the rest of his prime, guaranteed, or we realise he is on the decline and we still get a good chunk of money for him. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm certainly happy, but thank you for tuning into this video, people, and I will see you all next time. See you later. Oh, and in fact, before I go, make sure you leave a like and you subscribe, and I will see you all later. Peace out.